Hello there, everybody. I'm Mr. Gamepie.
And I'm Austin Sugar.
And this is Let's Play Elebits, Part 17. It's the end of the game, guys. We're gonna fight the final boss.
A ghostly Elebit glowing with a blinding light. It was sucking up all the other Elebits and growing larger and larger. I'll take you out, you big meanie! The ghost's voice was absolutely terrifying, but somehow sad, too.
Alright, so, we're not fighting the fire Elebit, surprisingly enough. Although we are essentially fighting the Elebit, as this Elebit is able to absorb other Elebits and copy their abilities.
Oh.
And we'll be seeing that throughout this battle. You see all the Elebits are running away. This one, well, they can't escape this one.
Oh my.
See, it's literally Kirby. He's literally inhaling them.
First thought I had was Bowser's Inside Story.
Well, since he's copying their abilities, I immediately went to Kirby.
Oh, of course. I think of the opening of the Egg Nega Wisp. But again, there's just so many bosses that do this. I will copy everything.
Alright, so we're all buddies. Capture the mysterious monster who's behind everything. This particular monster is called the Zero Elebit. And you want to know how we beat him? Oh, there we go. That's how
Are
we
you
beat him.
kidding?
I'm not. Oh, but we have to actually absorb all the Elebits that come out of him.
I see. Otherwise he sucks him back up again.
Yep. So yeah, this first form is based off just the standard green Elebit.
Gotcha.
And he just runs around. Oh, now he's gone into red Elebit mode. And I'm pretty sure in this mode, he still runs around, but he can also, like, shoot a projectile at you or something.
Huh.
Either way,
I suppose it's one interpretation.
these particular modes are not particularly dangerous because red and green Elebits aren't exactly dangerous. Oh, now he's shooting black holes at us.
Ooh.
And, yeah, that was apparently the red Elebit ability because more red came out of it. Oh, now he's turned some yellow or orange color. Oh, he's fire. That's probably yellow. Yep, that is very much yellow.
Huh.
And these big yellow Elebits, we actually just hit instead of, you know, trying to knock them on the stuff. Oh, now he's flying around, so clearly we've got orange Elebit powers. And honestly, this is probably my favorite part of the boss because it's just like reviewing all the other, you know, Elebit types of the game, you know?
Seems like it's going down a bit easy, though.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's because this is the first form of the boss.
Right.
But this is the blue Elebit part where he's going to run around super fast, become invincible at times.
No ninja abilities?
Not particularly. Oh, now he's teleporting around, so that's gray Elebit, because that's something that gray Elebits do. And now he's flying, which is also apparently a gray Elebit thing. I mean, you know, gray Elebits are just sort of your super Elebit in general, so...
Right,
Oh,
right.
teleport again. Alright, I think that that's about it for this part. Nope, he's still got some orange left in him. There we go. You don't even have to barely tap him or anything to actually make him lose the power. Oh, he's got a little bit more blue. Knock that about him. And he's down.
Huh.
But now is worst mechanic of the game, the boss.
Oh dear.
You know what this is, Austin?
He becomes a cannon?
No, that's not the worst mechanic of the game.
I'm sorry, what am I looking at right now?
He has activated a giant robot. A robot that we're going to have to dismantle by spinning its gears out of place.
Oh.
Worst mechanic of the game, the boss.
painful to the eyes.
Yeah. So yeah, whenever I said that it would be pretty obvious whenever something required multiple twists, well, this is the part. Because each of these gears has 100% power at start, but then you've got to twist them until they have 0%.
What am I looking at right now?
Well, he's shooting his arms at me at the moment. And let's see. Yep, that's more arm shooting. He has rocket hands.
No. Go back a step. Go back a step. Every single boss in this game has been smaller than Kai, and now we're fighting a Transformer.
Yep, that's what happens in Elebits.
With a stereo system for a chest.
Yep.
Why?
Elebits.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, like, I could think of so many things to say right now, but it's like one of my Japanese animes. It's about as good as I've gotten.
Yep. Oh no, he keeps hitting me. Oh, he keeps hitting me. I've got 2 hits left. Alright, that's another one of his sides off.
Oh, do they not count off the health bar until you twisted them all 3 times?
Correct. Not even 3 times. Exactly. It's just however many times it takes.
Gotcha.
Camera's being weird.
This is a bad time to ask, but how do you control the camera in this game?
By moving the... Oh my gosh, I failed.
Why is this a thing in this game? I don't know how to react to this.
Worst mechanic of the game.
It's a mech! It's a giant mech! What is it
Worst
doing?
mechanic of the game is a boss battle. Anyway, we're just gonna go back to the part where he's a mech again.
Oh, you seriously have to do the whole thing in one go?
Yep.
So what happens if you get hit during the first phase?
Oh, wait, no, he's back, okay.
Oh.
Okay, never mind, I thought that we had to redo the entire thing. No, we're starting back at the mech again.
Maybe
That's
it
good.
felt bad for you.
Okay, but yeah, how to control the camera. By moving the cursor over to the side of the screen, the camera will move in that direction.
Oh, that sounds kind of awkward, actually.
A little bit.
I mean, I know they did that in Metroid Prime and it came out alright, as I recall.
I guess.
Metroid Prime 3 specifically.
It's like, I'm trying to continue moving constantly. That's hard to do whenever he's shooting at you, and you're trying to aim at things. And he keeps moving around his arms, so it changes the hitboxes, where they are.
I would assume once you get the arms off, things kind of become a little bit easier, right?
Oh no, the arms don't actually come off.
I mean, like once you remove the gears on the arms.
Not particularly. And it keeps going back! Thing is that if you don't continue to do the same gear over and over again, eventually it will go back into position.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's
Not.
Okay, so you remember what I said earlier about the idea about, like, mechanics in a game reflecting the gameplay of the game that you've been gaming the whole game? This does not fit within this category!
No. Well, I mean, we have been twisting things the whole game.
That's beside the point! When have you been dodging laser cannons and giant Gundam fists?
Never.
What am I looking at?
Darn it, again! My arm's getting tired from twisting!
That's it, Thomas, hand me the controller.
I wish! I wish. Oh no, I clicked menu! No! No. I hope I don't have to restart. If I do, we're cutting it out.
I'm assuming after the Gundam there's a third phase, too, right?
No, there isn't.
Are you serious? You finish off the game twisting things?
Yep.
Oh, my opinion of this game is sinking.
Because of the last boss alone.
Yes! Oh, it can do that! That looks like a homing shot! Careful, Thomas! Oh. Not necessarily just because of the final boss. If a game has a really bad final boss, I just don't have respect for whoever thought that the final boss was a good idea. God of War, for example, had a very bad decision for its final boss where they completely changed the mechanics on you at the final boss. So the whole game rewards you for grinding and finding secrets, and the final boss punishes you for coming to rely on grinding for secrets.
I see.
That's a horrible design philosophy. If I wanted to do a challenge run, I would do a challenge run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the final boss takes away all your weapons, gives you a weapon that is the only thing you can use to defeat Ares. And it's the worst weapon in the game.
Oh, what?
Well, besides Medusa's head, of course. But anyway, you know, that's just disappointing because suddenly everything in the game was building up to this amazing climax that just didn't happen. And this kind of feels like it's very similar. We spend the whole game building up power, gaining abilities, and becoming more and more capable as a character, and our final boss is running in circles around a Gundam.
Yep.
I don't know how to feel about that. Like, again, if this was the second phase of a three-phase boss, this would be great. But it's not, and that's a problem. I'm sorry, my tired rambling is probably going way off track, but...
Okay, so you know, each time that we've fought this boss so far, he just come right up to the front immediately for some reason. And normally he stays back there for a while, like he just did.
Huh.
And you know, him staying back there for a while is kind of what I bank on to be able to fight this boss effectively. No, that's not what I wanted to click. Okay, there we go. Because you see, now I'm doing quite a bit better. Like, okay, how did that hit me?
Scratch that doing better bit. Wow, though, this looks incredibly uncomfortable.
It is. It is so uncomfortable. Like, remember that joke that you made about the awkward reality where everybody's just, it's like, you were talking about some alternate reality. I was like, wow, that sounds like an awkward reality. And it's like, yeah, it really is. Everybody's trying to figure out what to talk about, the prom date or something. I was like, this is an awkward reality right here, trying to twist these things.
Imagine if it was really this difficult to get things to work in real life, too. I just need to open the door. Come on, just open the door.
Okay, now we're on the last bolt.
Hooray, climactic.
Ah, no, he's hitting me. What?
Camera. Come on, camera.
Camera, don't fail me now!
I'm sorry, Thomas. I just might.
Ah! Come on, he's almost down!
How far do you have to take this thing out? Wow.
I did it! No, I didn't! There we go,
no.
I did it! Ah, finally!
Game!
Cleared, and he opens up and I got a C rank and I don't care.
I'm surprised damage doesn't factor in at all to your score.
It might be. Okay, so the Zero Elebit has fallen out of the chest of the giant mech. It's no longer being powered up anymore. And we learned that it's actually just a really tiny little Elebit.
It looks like Dewey from Dewey's Adventure. That's not a good thing.
Is this one left behind?
It's just a little tiny white Elebit.
Form of that ghost? Now, it's just a tiny little Elebit, trembling with fear in front of me. More the same, the two of us. You
Kai
were
is sympathizing
lonely,
with the Elebit.
weren't you? It's all right.
Character
You're not
development.
alone anymore. I don't hate
And now the
Elebits
Zero
now.
Elebit is no longer alone, and Kai
So
doesn't
I
hate
won't be
Elebits
needing
anymore.
this capture gun again.
Character development.
And Kai says that he won't need his capture gun ever again, even though he will.
Ah,
Character
Dad,
development.
Mom.
And then
Kai,
the parents
are you
appear and
alright?
give Kai a hug, even though they
That is
probably
worrying.
didn't actually learn anything from this
Our
incident.
cute little Kai.
Character
I'm
one-dimensionalism.
so sorry for leaving you all alone. All nice and warm. I felt like the happiest boy on earth. Mom and Dad were really surprised when I showed them
And
the glowing
Kai isn't going to let them
element.
study the Zero
They
Element,
said it's a new type of element.
even though that's their
Jerk!
job.
Undiscovered high
No, this is
energy
my
field.
element. Nobody gets to learn what this is, even though...
Son, this caused untold suffering across the city. No!
But now, when I
This
see
Elebit is my
Mom and
friend!
Dad
He helped
worked
me!
up about Elebit,
Don't hurt him!
I'm not lonely at all. Next thing I know, it's morning. Mom, Dad, the Elebits, and
Me.
And then it turns out that the person reading this story was probably Kai all along, because the Zero Element is there.
Oh! That's actually a really interesting idea.
So, this game is alright. It's a good game. I enjoy it. You know, it's one of those games where it's just sort of like, I play it and then I'm done. And right now I'm done.
You know, looking through, the way that this game opened up was incredibly strong, and I feel like after it hit maybe the halfway mark, it petered off for me. I'm not that interested in most of the amusement park. For some reason, that just doesn't capture me the same way that the first couple levels did.
Makes sense. I can feel very much the same way.
I feel like if the entire game was in small enclosed environments like the house, and like the city even, because that was kind of a collection of small enclosed environments, it would have been a much stronger game than incredibly wide open carnival areas, because that kind of feels like a very weird place to build up to.
I mean, the last level was definitely a level to build up to. That was really good.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that in general it was you know, well, I'm saying it's disappointing, not necessarily bad, if that makes any sense, because
Yeah.
I feel like they had a lot more potential with the smaller, cramped areas, and they never really went there because they were so focused on extra gimmicks like the don't break things and the cannons, and it felt a bit too distracted considering what made the original levels so great and also the final levels so great. It just feels like there was an in-between that got lost for a while.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. And I feel that that loss kind of messes up the game as a whole.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm the kind of person who has kind of a big problem with a game that can't stay consistent, if that makes any sense. Like, there are points in a game where I can forgive a little bit of experimentation, but when a third of your game is missing, I kind of take issue with that.
Yeah, and that's this game. Pretty much.
Yeah, no.
I would have loved to see a sequel where you explored other areas. Like, what if Kai went to a park?
Yeah.
That'd be a cool area. What if he went to a power plant? That'd be really awesome.
Yeah, actually go into legitimately different environments in every stage, that you feel like you're exploring like a full-on world, while maintaining the cramped environments that made some of the earlier levels really, really exciting. Would be such a great combination.
Maybe
And
if he
again,
went to like a place like New York City, because the little town that he went to was nice, but what if it was a really big city with like huge skyscrapers and stuff?
And you had to like get the gun up to level 10 or something to be able to throw the skyscrapers around.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I could just imagine him using the capture gun. He tosses a skyscraper. I'm helping! I'm the hero!
I would have
Save the world!
It's just, but then, you know, it's like, the house levels are great, and if it stayed there, that'd be cool, but then they went to this completely other area, and then they didn't capitalize on him going to other areas.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about that feels really weird to me. If it were me designing the game, I wouldn't have had like 10 levels at the theme park. I would have had a couple levels in the house in the yard, and then fight a boss in the house, then move to the street, fight a couple, run through a couple levels in the streets, and then fight a boss, and then move on to the carnival, and then move on to like 5 other areas. And then you wouldn't have to build so many assets or try to expect a carnival to somehow last you a third of the game or something.
Like a half of the game, really.
Half of the game. Yeah, no, that was a very weird finisher, especially since I like the way that the levels kind of interlaced at the beginning. And
there
I feel
was
like
a little bit of interlacing in the carnival levels, but not as much.
Yeah, and that makes it feel far less connected by comparison.
Like the candy world, where does that connect to anything?
Yeah, what does it even have to do with anything? The last area is fine because it's the last area in the game, and if that was how they were planning on finishing the game from the start, I'm fine with that, but everything else in the carnival should have been connected somehow.
The only levels that I remember being actually connected are the worst level in the game and the ride with all the area with all the spinning rides. Those were the only like 2 connected levels that I can recall.
So yeah, this game kind of screams missed potential at points, but it's got a really great charm to it nonetheless. So...
Oh yeah, it does. I'd still recommend this game for any kids or anything, anybody young, anybody who might want to see a Wii game that actually uses the motion controls pretty well, you know?
I can imagine, outside of twisting handles, this probably would make really good use out of the zapper.
Yeah, I mean, twisting handles is the only motion control that I dislike in the game. Everything else works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's just, the last boss is twisting. It's twisting things. That's the worst mechanic of the game, and they made that the last boss.
This is the kind of thing that really bugs me a lot of the time, is when, I don't know, that really is the pinnacle of not doing what you're supposed to for an epic, exciting conclusion to something.
Anyway, that's the end of the game.
Ooh. Kai looks just like his mother. That's a bit concerning.
Yeah. Well, he's like 6 or something.
Oh, sure. He just doesn't look anything like his dad. His dad looks like he's from some American cartoon. His mom and him look like they're from some Miyazaki anime.
Oh, and my title is The King of Curiosity. I have no idea why.
Maybe because you made a mess in every level.
Maybe. But anyway, I've been Mr. Game Pie.
I've been Austin on Sugar.
And until next time, stay sufficiently awesome. Goodbye.